Hey, it's Jen, Bitch in a Hurry, Not So Mystical Tarot. This is going to be your reading for Sun, Moon, or Rising sign of Taurus for January 15th through the 30th of 2019. You can find me on Instagram at Bitch in a Hurry or at bitchinahurry.com. Everything is in the description. I would like to just thank you to everyone who has ordered readings and given me feedback, referred me to their family and friends. I am overwhelmed with gratitude. Thank you. I just really appreciate it. I'm having the best time. This energy that we have in the 15th to the 30th seems very cyclical in nature. So that's how the readings have been going so far. Oops, hold on. I'm going to try not to pause this very often. I'm still getting over the flu, believe it or not. This stuff is terrible. So sometimes I have to stop and cough and, mirror death for a minute there. So I don't want to subject you guys to that. So if I pause it, I'll be right back. All right. We start out here, like I said, it's been very cyclical so far with this Ten of Swords. This, it's the end of a cycle. Whatever this is, it's done. In the traditional decks, it shows someone being sort of stabbed in the back. This deck, I really love this card because it's like this person is just like, yeah, okay, whatever. I've surrendered. It's done. It's over. I'm moving on. Take it away. And you can see here, she's not fighting this. She's just like, fine, carry me off. I'm done. Whatever this issue is, it's done. It's over. It's time to move on. Let it go. And when you do let it go, you have here the Six of Wands, which is victory. And you know that. You see the laurel wreath. You see them standing up high, with this posture of like, I'm okay, I did it. So you know what? Whatever this is, let it go. Let it be done. Let it just be out of your mind, because putting that out of your mind is going to allow you this time to feel victorious. This time to feel truly amazing, like you have earned your spot, okay? All right, and now the next card that we move on to here is the Moon. I love this card. This is a card that it reminds me of when you have a candlelight dinner and everything around you is amazing and beautiful. And then if you were to flick the lights on, the house lights on, you would see that things aren't really as they seem. That's this card. So what I see here is that I think in this situation, it's easy for you to become a little bit discouraged. Like the things that you see around you may not really be the way they are. Maybe you're looking at your progress. That's what it feels like to me. You're looking at some progress that you've made and you're like, wow, I could have done a better job. I should have done this. I should have done it better. I didn't make the right choice. This is all about seeing things not the way they really are. This is about seeing things with a veil over them, seeing things with disillusionment, not seeing things correctly and properly the way that they are. Now, you notice the cycle, right? This is kind of awful and terrible, and I'm letting it go and moving on, and then having victory. When you have the same thing here with the Moon. Disillusionment, confusion, chaos, kind of like, this is like a cloak of, ugh. Sometimes this card isn't this way, but right now, in this energy, it feels kind of like this dark blanket of yuck. And so you may be just kind of perseverating over what has gone on these last couple of weeks, and you're just feeling like, I could have done so much better. But I don't want you to worry, because the next card you have is the Emperor. So what you're seeing truly isn't real. You may be seeing some things that are not as they seem, so don't be discouraged. And like I said, everybody is getting this same sort of cyclical reading, like things are bad, oh look, they're great. Things are bad, oh look, they're great. It's the same thing. And it's transcending through the readings. The energy is the same. So just know that you have the Emperor card. The Emperor, he runs the show. I mean, he is in charge of the land, the businesses, the money. Everything is under his discretion and under his will. Everything. So while things may look a certain way to you in the dark of night, wait until the next day and really evaluate, because you're going to see that things are not as bad as they seem. Things look much better by the light of day. This is just what I see for this one. Now, in the clarifying cards, you have the Knight of Cups. This makes perfect sense, because a lot of times this Moon card has to do with a rush of emotion. A rush of I don't want to say negative emotion. I want to say just unexpected emotion. This is a very strong force too. It's not like a light, airy, flitty kind of thought. This is like a tidal wave of emotion. You may not be expecting it, and that's where I think that it gets you a little disillusioned, confused. It catches you off guard. That's what I'm trying to say. It completely and totally catches you off guard, and that's where it gets you feeling a little wonky. But like I said, you know you have the Emperor following right behind. You also have the Nine of Wands. Nice progression from the 6, but the 9 reminds us that it's time to stop for a second. What are you working on? How many things are you working on? Because the next progression here is the 10, and we know what the 10 is. The 10 is someone hunched over on their back with all this stuff that they're carrying on them, and they're having a terrible time moving forward. So what are you working on right now? How many things are you working on? What kind of projects do you have? Do you want to pick up anything else? This is a time of evaluation and observation. Where are you right now? Are you happy where you are? Do you need more? Do you really want to do this next thing? Or is it time to think in a totally different direction? Very important that we think about that. And to finish up, you also have the 6 of Cups. The 6 of Cups is all about nostalgia. And this, I think, can have something to do with this Moon card also. Sometimes we start to look back. And when we look back at things, we don't see them the way they really were. We don't remember all of the bad things. We only remember the good things. And then we get to thinking, oh, I made so many mistakes. I should have done it differently. Everything was my fault. I didn't do this right. This could have been different if I had only. Don't get stuck. That's a lot of times this is not what this card means, but in this reading, I think it does. Don't get stuck in trying to live up to the ghosts of your past. Your past is your past, and you know what? If you were suddenly put right back there, you'd remember why it's your past, okay? Please don't try to live up to that. You're here to create your future. You're here to do new things, and that's the same thing with this 9. What are you going to pick up? Are you going to pick up this old nostalgic kind of energy and try to recreate the past? Or, when you do move forward from this, where are you going? What do you really want? That's why you have this pause. The 9 of Wands is a pause and an observation of where are we going next. Really, really, that is what I want you to think about during these 2 weeks. What am I trying to do? Where do I want to go next? I thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you soon.